Happy 1st of the February, you guys. I had to bring you guys a Shop My Stash. I was not planning to, but I had to bring it to you guys because y'all know I give it to y'all straight about what's going on. And this right here, I need to give y'all a full thorough review. So these Jaclyn Hill is a no. The concealer, it irritated my eyes. It is a nice coverage concealer, but we just getting straight into it. It's a nice coverage concealer. It sets, but it also budges and moves. And when I tell you guys, it's something in these two products that irritated my eyes. In general, it was a smell. I don't know what it was doing, but I really did. It was one of those things. I like the concealer, but once it started budging and moving and it wouldn't set in place, we was like, we're done. So you guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, the first 2 weeks of January, I had actually suffered the flu. So now I'm back feeling better. I'm good. My family had the flu. We were all down. Long story short, we're all good and blessed and happy again in this home. But when I was wearing makeup and I was putting this on, I was getting irritated with this. So I had to use like a Kevyn Aucoin concealer to set it and reset it back. It was really messing up my makeup mornings. So this is a no. This foundation, shout out to my girl Faces by K7. She had already told me about this foundation. She was like, look, it's more of a skin tint. It says that it's more of a blurring tint. It's not a full coverage foundation. I will say, here's the pros to this. It sets beautifully. It looks beautiful against the skin. It is a foundation. It is a skin tint that I would recommend for someone who doesn't wear makeup often and you just want a nice little coverage on your face. It's not a full coverage. This is basically, I would say NARS. NARS skin tint is better than this, but it's a fragrance or something in here that irritated, like, you know, something goes across your nose or your eyes. My eyes immediately would get watered by this. So it was something in here that I was like, yo, this is very like irritating on my eyes. So I would have to hurry up and set it. Once it's set, it looks so beautiful against the skin, but it was just the application process I didn't like. Now, to not irritate me anymore, I'm just gonna go ahead and pass this along to a friend that wants to continue to build up her makeup collection. But these two, Jaclyn tried it. I give her kudos. You know, she always comes out with some products that are hit and miss, but these two, I wish this concealer just wouldn't irritate my eyes the way it would, and I wish it sat beautifully better. I'm looking and it says it's more of like a color correcting concealer. Yeah, it's a perfecting concealer. The coverage is beautiful, but this didn't set. And then this was just like whatever's in here, it didn't work. So that's my spiel on those. So I had to go straight to those to let y'all know. The Fenty cream blushes, I'm going to continue to keep these. These continue to set and they look beautiful. They're long lasting. I'm not getting rid of these. Now the Jaclyn Hill highlighter, I got the shade All Stuck. I got the mini one. This one is very beautiful. I love this color. This color, it was beautiful. I loved it, loved it, loved it. It looked good across my skin. All right, let's go into these melt palettes because you guys know the reviews on these are hit and miss. I will say I actually like them. The only thing that I wish that each of them did have was a transition shade. So like this one had a transition shade. This is Earth. And then Air didn't really have a transition shade for me. So like what I would do is and this is just my personal preference, to each their own. What I would do is use this shade right here, and then I would use this shade in my crease, use this shade in my outer V area, and I could also use this shade. So I always use the darker shade on my outer V. I did try to set my eyes with the primer with this one. It was a nice shade and it blended very good. I will say if you just wanted something that was just like put concealer on, put a primer and set, this was very, very good. So the palette, it worked beautifully. It looked good against my skin tones. I used both palettes and they look good. I got compliments at work. A little bit goes a long way. I will say with these iridescent shades and the pigments, spray your brush and then you'll get more pack power that you want from it, because when I used it with a dry brush, it really didn't give me that punch that I needed. So you will have to spray your brush to really bring out the pigmentation on these, but that was like, it wasn't a big deal to me. I was like, you know how to work it with these palettes. So these palettes were good. I will continue to keep these in my collection. So if you ask me, I say try them out if you want to. I will look at the other two shades, the other two palettes. I don't need them, but you guys know Palettes are my weakness. The Natasha Denona My Dream palette is addictive. I highly recommend you get this palette. You can see I dipped all in this. I am actually having a couple of trips planned this year, and I was like, if I can get a mini version of this to travel with, this could be my one palette travel with me palette. Like, this is a one-stop shop. I love it. I had no issues. It gave me every type of look that I wanted. If I wanted to go nighttime, I had these 6 shades right here. If I wanted to go day and mid, I had all these over here, and I loved it. So this Natasha Denona My Dream palette, love it. This palette, the Huda Beauty Empowered palette, I'm gonna keep this in my collection one more time because I did not use it. I love the other palettes more than this one. This one was, I was like, I ain't even touching you. I kept grabbing the other palettes. So I am going to keep this palette in my collection. Now, let's go ahead and get started to what I picked out for the month of February. Alright, so here we go. I am going to keep this Fashion Fair highlighter in here because, again, I didn't use it. Y'all know I was sick, and if you ain't sick, if you sick, you don't want to wear the makeup. So when I was sick, I was picking what I wanted, and then I was like, all right, whatever I don't use, you guys know I'm gonna rotate it back into the collection. So I am keeping this highlighter in here. This is Golden Bronze. I want to really try it out again because I only swatched it. Another 2 highlighters is, if by the time you guys see this video, you've already seen my beauty haul for January. Yeah, just my beauty haul in general. But I picked up the Whitney Houston and Black Panther highliner, so I got the Just Whitney, and I really don't need this one in here, but I want to try them out. And the Black Panther, I thought I wouldn't use these, but girl, I'm about to use these. I can't keep them for nostalgic reasons. I gotta tell you if I like it, right? So those are my 3 highlighters. For my bronzers, I'm still keeping my Fenty bronzer in here because I just like these. Like, girl, when you pull out something that you really like, I have to tell myself, like, you fall in love again. I'm head and pan with this one. This one is Coco Naughty. I know I have the darker shade, and then for the cream bronzer chocolate, this blends out. Now, I ain't gonna say it's up there a Charlotte Tilbury blend, but so I'm keeping these in here. Now, something that I am going to keep in here, because again, I haven't tried this, is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Brightening Powder in the shade Tan Deep. This is supposed to be a yellow powder. I'm actually going to try this today because I'm going to a birthday party, and I just want to do that concealer under eye set. This is about to be my jam. I did run out of mascara, so it was time. So I pulled out this MAC stack. This is a travel size. I always get the black in it, so we seeing it. It's cool so far. I am gonna pick up that new telescopic lift mascara, and I'm gonna let y'all know what I thought. Primer, the new E.l.f. Power Grip in niacinamide with the niacinamide in it. You guys know I got this at Ulta. We gonna see what this is doing. I want to use this for the month. I don't want to do like one of them wear test videos. I was like, nah, we gonna try this out for the month because you guys know I love the first one, the green one. Concealers and color correctors are still the same, except this one is cool. They did the repackaging on this Smashbox, so I'm gonna keep this in here. I'm not really into like pore filling primers anymore, but we're gonna keep this in here just in case this don't work. Concealers, y'all, I'm pulling out some OGs. So I wanted to pull out this MAC Pro Longwear concealer. This used to be my jam. I just wish that they changed it to a doe foot applicator. I got the shade NW40. This is my jam, like hands down. Like if you an OG MAC fan, you know. So I've had this in here. I've had this in my collection. I was like, girl, pull it out. One little pump of this can cover both eyes. So if you are not on the Pro Longwear concealer game, get on it. And then I'm pulling out this LA Pro Girl concealer in the shade Fawn. This is a highlighting shade. We're going to see how that works. I could pull these out. The Kevyn Aucoins are just OGs, hands down. Y'all know this one came in ride or die for me when that Jaclyn Hill concealer wasn't doing it. This is the shade XX15. So I'm going to pull these out, and we just going to use these because those 2 concealers, they should be good enough for me. And then SX14 is more of a color correcting if you want color correcting. All right, so blush, we're still keeping. Hourglass I didn't use, so I'm gonna use that. I need to just use this. I'm gonna just do a look, and I promise you guys I'm gonna use it this month. Powders are still the same because I'm almost out of this one. And I think I have one more left. This is the Makeup Forever Duo Matte. I did get the Matte Velvet. All right, so let's go on the palettes. Makeup by Mario palette. And this is the master shade, the master palette. This is that nude one, like the neutral palette. This is just the matte's version. I will be having a Makeup by Mario foundation wear test review video coming after this for you guys. The Anastasia Rose Metals palette. I needed to try it. I've heard so many great things about it, so I was like, I'm gonna try this out. Now I'm going old school. Girl, I've had this palette and I'm like, I need to use it. It's Valentine's Day month, so I am going to be doing a Valentine's Day look. I will post it on my Instagram. I will not be doing a dedicated Valentine's Day video. Does anybody watch those? I did do a Valentine's Day collaboration with Niecy Nash and a bunch of other beautiful women on YouTube. I'll post a link to that video from last year if you want to see what we did for Valentine's Day. But I'm going to use this. This is the Pat McGrath's Mothership Rose Decadence palette. Girl, this is so old. Alright, so this is the Rose Decadence palette. I don't even know if they sell this anymore. If they do, I'll post it. And then y'all know I'm keeping this Empowered palette in here. I promise I'm going to get to this. But I did pull out two, what is it, one? Yeah, I'm doing good. 4 palettes a month, 1 palette a week, maybe. We'll see. But that is it for this Shop My Stash. Oh yeah, and powder is still the same. My Laura Mercier, you already know. My Fashion Fair, I didn't use it. So what I'm going to do is use the concealer set with this. I promise. I promise y'all. Other than that, thank you guys again. I know you guys love these and I was excited to get this out because I was like, let me give y'all a review on these foundations and this stuff, because January was the one of them trying months for me with makeup. So I wanted to come back and tell you guys my thoughts. Other than that, if you guys enjoy these videos, don't forget to thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. I will have tons of videos coming for you guys as always. The planner videos will still be coming every week for you guys because I know a lot of you guys like them. And if you're new to my channel because you pay for the planner content, continue to follow me on all my social media platforms. Till then, I hope you guys have a blessed month and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Alright, forgot to tell you guys, foundation for the month is the Haus Labs foundation in the shade 490 Deep Cool. I do have a dedicated video to this if you have not seen it already. And I'm going to add the Haus Labs powder in here. So yeah, I'm going to swap the Laura Mercier powder out for the Haus Labs powder. So yeah, forgot to bring that, but I'm back. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.